Welcome back, world. And here we are again doing another barrel selection. Ryan, what's going on?
Oh, just ready for another Knob Creek pick. I'm excited.
Not much different than we did last night, except we're doing a bourbon tonight.
Yeah,
At least,
I'm
at least,
excited.
I will say, at least you changed shirts. I'm still wearing the same get up I did last night because I'm lazy and I work at home. So
You not showered today?
I have not. I'm sorry. So you get to see this is just 48-hour Kenny of just baking right here in the screen.
It's the COVID
This is
norm.
what I deal with, Shim.
Nobody's showering daily.
It's true. I tell you what, I had jury duty last week, and I actually told people on jury duty, I was like, "This is probably the most that I've like showered in a week." They're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like every morning I get up and I shower. It's like I never shower in the morning. That's a weird thing. I never do that. I haven't done that in 10 years since I worked at home.
There's no need.
I
Did
know.
you tell them this is the most you drank in 2 years too during jury duty?
Yeah, I mean, it was like every single. The funny thing is, I haven't stopped since last week because I think what we did, I don't know, we did something last week before then. It was like Thursday, and then I haven't stopped. I've had a drink every night since like last Thursday. So I've got a pretty good streak going on. If I say myself.
Nice.
Yeah,
What's the 30 days of bourbon with 2 days of rye, right?
Everybody's been calling me out on it. I get it. I know. I put rye on the 30 days of bourbon hashtag, and if I'm just gonna have like one or two drinks and I want to have a ride, I'm just gonna go ahead and just do it. So just deal with it, okay? There's no 30 days of rye. There's no rye heritage month. So just let me have this one. So, all right, let's go ahead. Before we kind of get this started, you all know myself, Ryan. We do Bourbon Pursuit. We do Pursuit Spirits. We've got a lot of different things that we're up to. But there's also somebody else here on I guess this way, on the upper right-hand corner of my screen right here. So, Shem, let's go ahead and introduce everybody. And our fun question for the night is cake or pie?
Ooh, okay. So my name is Shem. I'm located out here in the Bay Area of San Francisco in Oakland. And I've been out here this is my 24th year out here. Originally, though, by way of Toronto, Canada. So I've been spent about half my life here, half my life there. Originally a big wine enthusiast out here in Northern California. And interesting kind of backstory, which I think I've shared with you guys, is that my wife's folks are residents of Prospect, Kentucky.
Hey, that's not too far from us.
Yeah, I figured it was in your neck of the woods. And I have a ton of regret over the amount of trips that I've made there and not taken advantage of all the things I could have bought, from 2002 to the present.
Oh, the hindsight kills us, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
If we only knew what we knew back then, when this
it's not actually fear of missing out. I missed out.
we definitely missed out, and we just didn't know any better. We didn't know. Yeah. I know. Oh, so the fun question: are you a fan of cake or a fan of pie? What would you rather go?
I think I'm going to go with cake. Vanilla, carrot, red velvet, all of the above.
That's a solid one. I would say carrot cake is always carrot. Good. Mm-hmm. About you, Ryan? Are you a cake or pie?
Cake. I mean, I like some pies, but most of the time I'm like, no, I'll take cake.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna go 3 for 3 on cake because I'm a cake person as well. I agree. I think there's only a few pies. I mean, there's like a Dutch apple. There's like they call it a chocolate pie, but it's really hard to call it a chocolate pie. And it's just like graham cracker crust with like this chocolate layer and like a meringue on top. Like,
yeah,
that's basically like, pudding on steroids, if you will.
Yeah.
Although I will take a pie at Thanksgiving.
Pumpkin pie, yeah. Thanksgiving's
pecan or something like along those lines.
I will say Derby pie.
Like Derby pie.
Derby pie is solid. Derby pie is solid. It's
Man,
funny.
I'm changing now.
We'll go back and forth all night on this. All right. Well, let's go ahead. We won't bore everybody to death with what we're doing in regards of talking about cake or pie, but let's talk about what we're doing tonight in regards of bourbon selection. So tonight we are doing a Knob Creek single barrel selection, and we are doing the Bourbon tonight. So we did a rye last night. Today we get to do a bourbon. So we've got 3 different samples in front of us. Once again, they're all coming in at barrel proof. They will be bottled at 120 proof, and 2 of them were distilled on the same exact day, another one a month prior. They were all distilled in the year of 2011. So my math tells me anything, we're dealing with 9-year-old whiskey. So unfortunately, we don't get to, and this is one thing, I will preface this. I got to talk to the barrel manager of Jim Beam. He does barrels for across the nation. And I had actually put in a request. I said, hey, can we get something in like the 12, 13, 14 range? That'd be awesome. And when he actually met me in person, he was like, so I got to tell you, hate to ruin it for you, but we're not going to have anything over like 11 or 12 years in the single barrel program anymore. So anybody that's out there and of stores that have those high teenage Knob Creek picks that are like what, 50, 65 bucks, whatever they are, better go buy them now, because I think your days are going to be coming to a screeching halt here relatively soon.
Yep.
Not to put the Debbie down on everybody, but anyways.
I always liked it when it was 9-year age dated anyways. So
is that kind of the original one?
Yeah.
I think so, wasn't it, Kenny?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's that's what the only thing is. It's 9 is the age state, but you can always have stuff that's always higher. So possibly there was even more that were higher in there. So that's what we got with us. So everybody should have 3 samples in front of them. You've got A, B, and C. So we'll go ahead and I've got 3 glasses in front of me as well. And I'll go ahead and we'll start pouring them out. At least I'm going to pour them in all 3 of my glasses. Like Shem's already beat me to it. He's probably already selected his barrel.
I have not. I resisted tasting them, but I did air them out for a couple hours.
Oh, look at you.
Wow. Mine say KCR. Is that a big deal?
I'm going to act like you're just joking right now.
Just kidding.
I need just jokes. Just jokes to get me through the rest of the night here. And we are dealing with...
I'm having a Blake Wi-Fi moment or something.
You are?
Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good.
I meant to ask, what was the... I don't know how many picks ago it was, but a couple of weeks ago you had an incident with your computer. Has that been...
That was the Balcones.
The Balcone, yeah.
Balcones. I spilt a... Who knew that a half ounce of bourbon would destroy a MacBook? It sure did, though.
You all set up on a new one?
I'm waiting for... No, I'm on my very, very old one, from 2011, I think. But yeah,
still looks like it's working.
It's supposed to be here. Should be here in like 2 weeks. So I'm patiently waiting for the new MacBook Pro.
Yeah,
nice.
I don't know. I'm getting all these like 16 gigs stuff. I don't know. Kenny's telling me what to get, and I'm like,
"Yeah,
this costs
just listen to Kenny."
I can buy a Honda Civic with this.
But you're future proofing yourself is what I want you to do. I want you to be like a year or 2 from now, going like, "Oh, I should have really amped it up a little bit."
Hopefully,
you only
proof too.
Yeah, that too.
I've never regretted amping up the computer. It seems like it gives you another couple of years on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Shem, I know for anybody else that doesn't know, so Shem actually came by way of he was, as like Dave last night, he was one of the unfortunate people that didn't get to travel to Wild Turkey this year to go and select the Russell's barrels with us because of COVID ruining everything. So I gave him the opportunity to choose this barrel selection to be on it, and happily agreed. So we're definitely glad that Shem could be able to join us here. But Shem, I had a question for you. Is this your first barrel selection, or have you done one prior?
This is the first. Yeah, I've never done one. Yeah.
Wow.
Good deal.
Awesome.
I've watched as many of them as you guys have broadcasted, but I've not actually been on one.
We're just trying to make dreams come true over here.
Well, hopefully we can cash in those vouchers next year in person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. So I know you've probably heard it before, and I usually tell everybody else there's really no right or wrong way to do this. Typically, how I do, I'll go through, especially when we have it in this sort of, I guess you could say, controlled environment. I'll usually go through, nose them all first, and then after that, I'll start tasting. Not to say that the nose is going to influence the decision at the end of the day, but I usually like to nose it because as soon as I taste one, then it's hard to pull out some of those nosing flavors as you keep going. So usually when I start it, that's typically how I do it. And I know when we start doing this, because we're dealing with 124 proof whiskey on this first one, it's going to start stinging the nostrils. Then once once the sting goes away, then you can start bringing in the aromas.
And Ryan, I'll need your expertise
sleepy
on the nose and the taste, because I'm terrible at identifying things. But once it's been kind of put out there, then I can kind of hone in on it.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, Ryan's really good about.
I was feeling kind of
power
sleepy,
suggestion.
tired, but this first one,
we got a little bit of lag going on
right. The bad's got a little sweet oak, but then it. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to. I don't know why it's doing that.
It's okay. We'll make it through. Thank God it's not a recording. I'd have to boot you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard on that first one. It's hard to.
I get a little sweet oak on the front. If you can hear this.
Yep, that's what I was kept picking up on as well, but it's a little tight after that.
Mm-hmm.
Then
the nose isn't
just like straight alcohol.
Yeah, I was about to say the nose on the second one is not near as astringent.
Yeah.
But I know when we do that and we start going through, we'll be like, oh yeah, now A's nose is really starting to come through. It only took going through 3 barrel proof samples to finally start pulling it out.
It's always the case, right?
I mean, there's worse things that can happen.
I did have a little sip of the 12-year that they put out. It's a nice bottle.
Yeah, I don't think I've had the 12-year. We had the 15. The 15 I thought was really good.
Yeah, you guys really like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we had the 12 too, didn't we?
I believe I've got a sample of the 12 downstairs, but just like antique collection and all kinds of stuff that we have downstairs, we haven't even been able to get to it yet.
It'll be a quickie before the end of the year, I'm sure.
Well, I believe we're going to try and record tomorrow, so we'll see how much we can knock out.
Oh, is that what you guys do? You do a bunch of them in a row?
Yeah, it's the easiest way to do it is so we'll set everything up, and then I think last time we recorded, I think 6 or 8, something like that, because we were doing kind of a new setup with we've got some new kind of like basically like massive blanket holders to kind of help sound reverb. I've got a new lens on the camera that I think is phenomenal. So
that's awesome.
We just wanted to make sure that we had it all dialed in before we did a ton of them, and then realized like, oh, we just screwed up like 15 of them. So, but we usually
wait a minute, we screwed all those up.
No, we did not screw them up. Thankfully.
Oh, okay.
We just had to make sure we had to
Did
set
you get
the
a new microphone.
Did I? Oh no.
Yeah,
I mean the clips. Yeah, we got the clips. We got new clips though.
Okay. Gosh, Jim, if you were there during that time, you could cut the intensity with a knife.
For that last recordings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just couldn't get. It's the thing is like when you put on lavalier microphones, sometimes they're heavy and they just like they pull down, or they're like tilted this way and they're not picking up correctly, and so we're constantly just like messing with stuff. And then Ryan goes, "Oh, here, just do this, just twist it, see?" And then I was like, "Oh, that looks easy." And I twist it and it just snaps off.
Oh no!
I'm like, no. So we're sitting there using like gaffer's tape, trying to like put it all back together, and
was it permanent snap?
Oh yeah, that metal just snapped right off.
Too strong.
Oh man,
yeah, that's what it is.
Too many P90X sessions.
Yeah, all 150 pounds of me just couldn't take it anymore. All right,
you guys tasted any yet?
I'm getting ready to.
I'm getting
kinda,
ready to.
Yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm going to go and choose my favorite on the nose here real quick. I mean, they're all kind of similar on the nose, except A, it's a little strong. I would say B is probably my favorite nose in regards of just
Yeah,
being
it's
able
the
to
most.
get through the alcohol vapor.
It's the most tolerable. Not that it's like bad, but like the other ones have so much alcohol. It's like holy cow.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
what you said was all of them are 124 or just the first one?
Just the first one is 124 proof.
Okay.
And what Chris just asked, if you thought about cutting the samples to 120 proof for selection tasting. Well, if you would have tuned in last night, we kind of did that towards the end. We're only going to be like 4 proof points off here from most of these. It's really not too much. Like you need like an eyedropper to put it in there, and then you're done. So it's not going to be too terribly different. The problem is going to be when you just put in too much water and then you realize you ruined it, and then you've only got, this is it. Like this is the only sample that we have. So Jim Beam only sends you 100 mLs, and 100 mLs don't go too far when you have to split between 3 people.
That's basically an ounce each, I guess, right?
It's like an ounce and a quarter, ounce and a half, something like that. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start tasting. So I'll give you some notes on A here while we're at it. So all of these come from the same warehouse. I think it's warehouse I. I don't know. We were trying to figure out that last night. Is it an I or is it an L? Is it a 1? But I'm pretty sure it's an I. This is floor 3, rack 62, tier 1. And it was distilled on June 17th, 2011. If you're wondering where in the world does that sit in the rick house, it's about right there. It's a little bit in the bottom corner. So that's A. That's what we're drinking right now.
All right. Am I still lagging? I don't understand. Why would all my Eros, except the one I'm on, have full service?
I don't know, but the taste is really good.
That's good.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not here to help you troubleshoot your internet issues tonight. We're here to drink.
All right. Thought you were the tech guy.
Go reboot it. We'll see you in an hour.
Okay. Dang, that is good. If you can hear that.
Yeah, we got you. No, I think there's some heat on the back end. There's some really good flavor in the mid palate. I didn't really get to pull out a flavor because I was sitting there just trying to help you through your Euro situation.
You didn't really help me.
I mean, it's definitely oak, clove. I don't get too many like dried fruits per se. Leather, all those kind of like heavy tannic kind of ones.
There's a nondescript fruit kind of essence out there, but nothing that I can kind of hone in on directly. But I'm picking up all the spice that you're talking about.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the finish?
The finish was kind of just a lot of I feel like it was just like alcohol. It's just a burn sensation. It wasn't like a lingering flavor per se.
Yeah, it's like clove bomb, as you said.
Yep.
If that's coming through.
You don't have to repeat yourself. We can hear it.
Okay. I do get a little like kind of chocolatey brown sugar kind of stuff on the front palate. Maybe that chocolate pie with whipped cream you were talking about or whatever, meringue.
Yeah.
Maybe it's fresh in my head.
No, I can only get a little bit of that sensation. And now that I've taken my third drink off of it, the flavor is now there a little bit more in the finish. It's probably just what it's like the first 124 proof thing that you drink all day, and it's just a little bit of a shock.
Yeah.
It's kind of sharp finish, really. I was surprised. I thought it'd be like more longer lasting, but it's like hits you really quick and then disappears.
Yeah, I didn't find the finish terribly long.
Well, in that case, moving on to B. All right. So sample B. This is, well, yeah, I guess you could say it's pretty close to the, it's not a sister barrel per se, maybe a cousin. That's the best way to put it. So this one is, again, floor 3, Rick 65, tier 3, distilled on the same exact date. So if you can see where this one's in the warehouse, this is B, and then this one was A. So it's not, well, let's see, pull it back just a little bit. So you can see.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
just,
close.
yeah, it's just a almost like your neighbor down the street close.
Won't you be my neighbor?
My dog is coming in for a visit.
It's all good. It wouldn't be a live stream without a kid running through or a dog barking. This is really good.
Plenty of barking.
I like, yeah, I'm getting like chocolate oranges.
Man, I was going to say just like
those
standard
core
vanilla
candies.
I was going to say like standard vanilla caramel sort of stuff. So you know how I know Shem works in tech is because when something happens, he knows how to that, and he knows how to mute his microphone when something's going on. Versus like when we do a round table and people were like, so they're popping corks and they're, rustling stuff underneath the desk. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, we got to edit all that crap out.
I think the best was,
barking.
Early in COVID when, I don't know, one of the Supreme Court justices went to the bathroom maybe with their microphone on. Hear the toilet flush, and it's like, wow.
Mm-hmm. So people that have never been used to this kind of scenario before.
Yep.
We learned to turn our cameras off and use mute years ago. Back when WebEx
I'm still learning.
Back in WebEx and GoToMeeting were still a thing.
GoTo. Yeah. What was your favorite back then?
I mean, I used to work for Cisco, and so WebEx was just kind of like second nature. Like everybody had accounts for it, so WebEx just kind of was the way forward for most of us until Zoom came around and totally knocked everybody off.
Right, just stole that market share. Yeah, WebEx, I'd probably have the most mileage on that one.
Mm-hmm. Remember there's a few other like kind of like startups that never became anything. Remember like Blue Jeans? There was that one. I know Ryan's probably like, this is the worst topic ever. Can we talk about pesticides or something?
I'm interested in it. I'm just scared to talk because I don't know if it's coming through or not.
Oh, you're coming through fine.
I'm about to just get on my phone.
You can. We'll still be here. We'll be tasting through. So you do whatever it is that makes you happy. I will say, I think B is really good in regards of
yeah.
So this one as well, should also mention, is 124.4 proof. So you got 0.4 proof points higher. But this one, for me, I think finish. It's good finish. Honestly, it's just a solid all-around bourbon. I mean, for me, I just get the standard caramel, vanilla notes. I know Ryan said like chocolate-covered oranges, but I don't know if I was all the way there.
On the finish, I kind of did like not all the way through, but on the finish, I had like a little bit of chocolate-covered bitter orange peel thing.
I got a citrus peel type of thing on B as well. Like a candied type of citrus peel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, 2 against 1. I'll let you all have it.
We've showered today, so
that's true. I've got all this residue from last night's rye tasting still in my mouth. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Although I'm not ashamed to say I logged 3 days before today's shower. So.
Oh, there you go. But you're fresh today, so that's all that matters.
Fresh today.
You tech guys need to come spend a day outside with me. You want to shower like twice a day.
Shower a couple times, right?
No, we're not made. We're not made for manual labor like you are. That's why you're so buff and burly.
Yeah, I'm not. Got a spare tire going right now.
What's the weather been up to out your way?
It's been perfect. Need a little rain, but I mean, you can't ask for better. Like, it's low humidity, like 75 for the high, 50 at night. It's perfect.
Oh, that's perfect.
We're like just creeping into fall. It's like just you're at the point now where like you're wearing like long sleeve shirts and shorts, or like the other way around, like jeans and a t-shirt. So
today's the first day of fall, I think.
See, I'm glad you were here.
We out here skipped fall and went straight to fire. I don't know if you guys were seeing what was in the news a couple weeks ago, but it was insane.
Oh yeah, no, I work for a large tech company, so I know everything that's happened over there in Bay Area. I think it was at least this week. I think things started clearing up for you all in the sky over there, didn't it?
It did. It late last week or Wednesday, Thursday of last week, it finally cleared. But it was. Do you guys kind of pay attention to the air quality index at all, or?
Oh yeah, yours was like through the roof. It was like 600 or something.
Several hundred, yeah. And there was one day where we woke up and the sun just wasn't coming out. Lights stayed on all day. We had all the lights on in the house because you couldn't see anything. It was kind of like if like right at sunset, like that level of light for the whole day.
Oof! Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's creepy.
It was very creepy.
It's like the sun just didn't rise today.
There's like one of those drone videos out there on Twitter, kind of, maneuvering through the city of San Francisco during that day. And it was set to Blade Runner music. It was
nice.
Very eerie.
Yeah, I remember last week on the weather reports are like, yeah, it's going to be hazy because of the fire, or, I guess the ashes that made it here.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think it's going to make its way across the entire country. Like we have pictures of our car that particular morning with what looked like it was like snow covered, but it was actually ash.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Well, glad you all are safe.
Yes, me too.
Kenny used to give me a hard time about saying I'm from Bardstown, but you say I work for a tech company quite a bit.
Yeah, that's true. If it hasn't been hammered home yet. Yeah. At some point, we don't have to explain these things anymore.
Right.
I'll say for 9 years, the color still looks pretty good.
Man, I like.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I really like B&C.
Yep. They're really good. So C, I should also mention, is 127 proof. So this one, if you want to add a little bit of water, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe a drop, and that'll drop it to hopefully a 120 area. I'm probably going to do that, actually.
Ask my wife to bring this over.
Go get my
So smart.
Go get my pipette.
I wish...
Go get my treasure box.
Yeah, I was like, my pipette's on the base, but I'm just going to do what I did and just pour water into this little thing and hope for the best. So here goes nothing. All right.
I'm just doing like a drop.
Yeah, that's all I really did. It was just a little tiny bit.
How many milliliters did you do?
One. Whatever is just a little bit in this cap, because I'm going the unscientific route on this one. Stir it all back together here.
119040. It's pretty good.
Well, see, that's what I probably screwed that up when I was starting to do these. So it's actually sample ID, and it's 11904, and then it's C. So this is sample C. So,
got it. Okay.
Yeah, it took me a minute when I started doing these, and I was like, oh shit, I totally wrote these wrong.
I see it now.
Yeah.
Water kind of opened it up to some like nuttiness, kind of.
On C?
Chocolatey nutty. Yeah, on C. Maybe a
It's
little
still
more
pretty
fruit,
good.
too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan, I'm glad you're able to bring the tasting notes.
Yeah, totally.
We need you for that, buddy.
I don't know if they're coming through or not, but I'm glad they work.
It's all good. It's what we need. It's what we hired you for. Walking tasting notebook.
I think after 5 years, I can get my wife out of work.
I don't know if it's
like one day it's like perfectly fine. The next it's like, nope, not gonna work.
So are we delayed on your end?
See, Shem, I think we're okay.
Yeah, I mean,
we're talking to this guy.
So like you all are. Yeah,
Well,
I think you're choppy coming into me.
Okay, because I can whenever you kind of chime in, it looks like everything's in sync, both the picture and video and audio. So
yeah, he's just a little delayed on his end. It's all good though. We're gonna make it through it. Not too worried. All right, I added just a little bit. I added just a little bit of water to B as well, just to try to put them on a level playing field here. I mean, I guess I could do A too while we're at it. I still got enough, so.
Yeah, I'll add a drop to that one as well. So we, about a month ago, added a puppy to the household, so that we're now a 2-dog household. I had forgotten
how much work goes into it.
Like.
Yeah.
It's
like having a newborn.
For those first couple of weeks, it was the sleep. It was really challenging.
Yeah, it typically is. I just remember those days. Yeah, sleep was bad. And then we also, I will say this has probably been a blessing for a lot of dogs out there, because if you're ever going to get a puppy, now's the time to do it, because you're home and you can pay attention to it. Like I remember when we got ours, I think I took like a week off to, hang out, whatever, play with the dog and kind of start training as much as we could. Then I had to go back to work. And, you either try to get home for lunch or you take breaks. And if not, you come back home and, it's either like it's shit all over the mud room. Yeah. And then it's eating its own shit. And you're like, oh God. So
the amount of accidents. I mean, there's this spray that they make. You might have it actually called Nature's Miracle.
Oh yeah.
We have 2 gallons of it that we bought a month ago. I've already gone through a gallon of it.
Oh gosh.
It's like that thing is coming in handy.
What kind of dog?
Noses. So we have an Italian water dog. It's called a Lagotto Romagnolo.
Oh wow. I don't think I've ever heard of those before.
Yeah, I had never heard of it either, but we started, calling around to
Guinea.
Yeah, exactly.
What's it called? A what?
Lagotto Romagnolo.
Lagotto.
I'll just send you.
There it is. I got it.
That's definitely the barrel pick name.
Lagotto. I can't even say it.
That'd be awesome.
Here, let me bring up a picture here. I'll show it on the share screen here. Then everybody kind of knows what we're talking about.
So this is so we have Pop. So I just sent you a text. I don't know if it'll come up on your computer, but. And then this is his son that we have, the puppy.
It won't come up on. It won't come up on a different computer, but
good looking dog.
Oh, okay. So I can at least pick it out over here on the closest one I can find in Google.
Yeah.
This one's pretty close.
Yeah, there it is.
And this is the second close one right there. So
yeah.
I didn't even Lagotto I can't even say it.
Yeah, Lagotto Romagnolo. So I was like, okay, so can we get on your list for a puppy? And they're like, yeah, it'll be about a year and a half. And I kept going through breeder. And then finally came across somebody and she's like, well, I've got kind of an unusual situation. There's a retiring show dog in Italy, if you're interested. And I was like, we kind of had our heart set on a puppy, but let me talk it over. So we ended up bringing over the retired show dog, and then we've bred him a couple of times now, and this is what you can hear in the background, the puppy. So
How about it?
Yeah.
So you're in the breeding business now too, huh?
I guess so, as luck would have it.
Yep.
Some
So after
good-looking
adding
dogs
water,
there.
after adding water to it, going back and nosing again, I think B is still in the lead for my favorite nose. But now I'm tasting them, and the taste on A is still pretty good. All these are great in regards to just like oak tannins and stuff like that. For me, it's not like this is not a typical like Four Roses where something's like floral or fruity. This has got that sweet oak character that I'm all about.
Yeah.
I will say the water did bring out a little bit of fruity, like a little bit of grape, no doubt, but not a ton. But it did bring out a little fruitiness.
In B or C?
On both of them. B especially, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that a little bit.
So much like there's still so much like brown sugar, oak, clove. They're really strong, deep, rich flavors. There's nothing happy about this. This is all like dark. I don't even know what that means, but you know what I mean. There's nothing bright about it. It's all good, dark flavors.
Yep.
I think we should totally do the puppy on the bottle.
If we could learn how to say it.
We
can
have your pronunciation of it as the name of the.
we could do like one of those phonetic pronunciations like underneath the picture. Here's how you actually say it.
Yeah.
Lagoto Romagnolo. I still can't say
it. Sounds like you're saying Four Locos or something, Kenny.
Yeah. Yeah, so Dad came to us with the name Casper, and then we named the puppy Ghost.
Oh, there you go.
So the retired show dog, like, come on, son, I'll show you how to put on a show.
You know what? The puppy just terrorizes him. He constantly, he has no off switch for play. It's like Dad just wants to lay down and relax in the evenings, and the puppy's like, come on, let's wrestle.
Yep, that's what my bud's just. He's sitting here, he's laying underneath the desk because he's so tired from doing nothing all day.
Exactly. I mean, I think even adult dogs are sleeping 15, 16 hours a day.
Oh yeah, he's got to get a solid 16 in.
Yeah.
Or he's just not happy.
He's grouchy.
All right, start getting crunch time. We gotta start making some decisions.
I like all three of these.
You know,
I'm
love
torn between B and C, I think.
Yeah, I love the flavor on B, but it's sort of like last night where it's got really good flavor, but I don't think the finish lasts as long. Honestly, I think B's flavor stands out the most for me because there's just something a little bit more, I would say delicate or whatever, but it's just not as like pungent or punchy in the mouth kind of way.
Yeah.
And I guess that's kind of hard to say. It's like still 120 proof.
Right. It's delicate, 120.
I know. You're like, I don't know if I can really taste it. It's 120 proof. And maybe it's because we've gone through them like 20 times now. And so that's why I'm feeling like that.
I feel like the finish on C is pretty impressive though, compared to the other two.
Yeah, I don't like anything really about A.
Well, I'll go back to, like I said, I think the taste on A was actually pretty good, but Joe's joining late. We are selecting a Knob Creek bourbon barrel, as you can tell from, this way, up here next to Shem's head over there. So Knob Creek tonight.
Do you have to ask them to do that?
To what? Use their
Like to
logo?
put up the Knob
The
Creek
copyright?
thing?
No,
Yeah.
I just stole that off the internets. I'm sure they don't mind. It's free press and free coverage for them.
I was going to say, unless we start saying really bad things about the tonight's tastings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not going to go into a Knob Creek tasting and be like, oh, I don't want any of these.
No.
They're always going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
So last night's was
B&C
a
are really good.
Was that like the almost 6 year rye?
Mm-hmm. Sure was.
Choice C.
Yep, it was. Who knows? We might end up going C 2 times in a row here. I'm getting really low on my samples here, so we got to start making a decision soon.
I mean, I'm
C.
certainly leaning C as well. B and C were my fan favorites, and then the finish on B kind of leaves it kind of in the dust compared to C.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. I like C as well. B's a close second.
Yeah. If it had a longer finish, I might have gone with B.
Yeah, I like the front and mid of B a little better, but C's got all three going.
I was trying to pour the rest out of my sample bottle.
The nice thing about these is,
I think when you guys get to that 12-year sample, I think you're really going to like it. It's got a killer nose.
and the nice thing about Knob Creek barrel proofs, you like drink 2.5 ounces and you're like, well, I'm there. It's just like straight to the dome.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Can't complain with that too much.
Yeah.
Unambiguous.
Yep. All right. I just finished B. I think B might be my front runner. It's okay to be outvoted here. I'm going to go back to C one more time, though. I just thought the flavor on B, the mouthfeel, the texture, I actually enjoyed it a lot more than C. But I'm glad we have 3 people, so we can outvote. Unless everybody chooses one of each, then we're really screwed.
I really love the front and mid on B.
Yeah.
And I really love the finish on C. I'm torn.
I don't have hardly any left of C.
Yeah, I was like, so going back to C, I don't think I like the flavor more in B. However, the C on finish is a lot better. I'm not going to deny that one. It definitely hits your tongue a little bit versus B, which even at 120 proof, you're gonna be like, oh, I don't know if I feel a finish there too much. But like I said, I can be swayed into C if that's what you all are feeling, but I think my alliance will probably still be with B here.
And the flavors.
We're gonna leave it up to Shim. It's all on you, man.
Uh-oh. Pressure.
So I was going to say that I didn't find the flavor profile between B and C that distant from each other. I no longer have any of C left, but
so that proves it's the winner.
Yeah, try sticking your tongue in the bottom of that taster. See how far you can get.
Yeah, the front and mid of B is superior, but
great.
it's not a home run superior to me. And then the finish just dies off. Not as fast as A did, but by comparison to C.
No, I agree.
Ryan, where are you at? Are you kind of 50-50? You go either way?
He's C team. I already know it.
Oh yeah.
I'm probably like 55% C. 45% B.
So that'll do it. Actually, I don't think I even pulled up. Did I pull up where C was in the warehouse?
No. Yeah, let's find out.
How about it? Oh, okay. So C, or wait, they're all so close to one another. So this is in same warehouse. So if we're going with C, this is the oldest one, by the way, by like a week or two. So this was barreled on May 24th, 2011. Floor 3, Rick 35, Tier 1. So we kind of got them all in this little this pocket, this corner of the warehouse right there. So
little triangle in that warehouse.
Yeah, it really is. So I'll try to bring up I don't know if I can fit all these on the camera, but we can. Can anybody see that, or is it just too messy?
No, I can see.
You're covering one of them.
Oh, there we go. I don't know.
I can see the dot.
Looks like they're both in the left corner.
Yeah, I guess I should have scanned them and I could have shared the screen instead of looking like a jerk and just like been like,
looks like a golf scorecard or something.
It does a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, what do you know? Shot 162 on this round. That's good, right?
Sounds about right.
Well, good deal. So it sounds like we're going with C. So that was
All right, good
actually
choice, guys.
Yeah. Hooray, we did it.
Right
Another barrel for the good guys. So Shem, I want to say thank you so much for joining and being a part of this selection and hang on real quick. Don't hang up when we close this stream out. But I wanted to say thank you to everybody that was joining this live, got to actually, figured out like what is it we do here and everything like that. So it's always fun to be able to have an opportunity to be able to go and select barrels and be able to bring people that help support this community as well and being able to do this because without people like Shem and a lot of people that are here on the chat, we wouldn't be able to have the podcast. We wouldn't be able to have our single barrel club and everything like that. So if you are interested in learning more about what we're doing, I keep saying single barrel club, private barrel club, single barrel club, just a barrel club, whatever it is, go to bourbonpursuit.com. There will be a link at the top that says Barrel Club, and you can go ahead and you can scroll here and you can find out more information about the picks, about what you get for joining and everything like that, especially all the questions that people tend to ask when you go through this as well about how do I get bottles? How do I ship? How do I do all that sort of stuff? So we've kind of taken all the guesswork out for you and try to make it easy as possible so you can go and check that out. But again, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. I know it's gosh, we're doing 2 barrels a week, it seems like. However, at this rate, I don't think we have anything planned for next week. So I think we're going to take a week off of picking barrels because I think this makes barrel 35, I think, or barrel 36 for 2020.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so COVID might have sucked, but at least we picked a lot of good barrels of whiskey in the process.
Nice.
Can't complain.
It's a lot of booze.
Yes, it sure is. So cheers, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all soon. We've got an awesome podcast coming out on Thursday this week featuring Nick Christensen of Barrel Craft Spirits. We're going to be talking about cocktails and all that kind of good stuff there, too. So make sure you subscribe to this. There.
Yeah.
Yes. We all were. We were all in session that one. So everybody make sure you go subscribe and check that out. And I think, yesterday we released what is today? No, today's Tuesday. Yeah, we had a podcast release today with Whiskey Quickie, and we were doing the Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. So you can go and check our review on that one and see see where Ryan's thumbs ended up on the nose taste finish. So make sure you go and subscribe there too. All right, cheers everybody, and we'll talk to you all soon. Later.
Cheers.